Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we dive into a whimsical tale of a magical encounter between dreams and a horse. An elderly owner yelled in frustration, "Get out of my stable. Don't scare the horse with your dreams." The wild hunting horse surprisingly started dancing in front of the girl, not harming her at all. Her gentle voice seemed to make it more at ease. She gently patted the horse's nose, thinking, "You're a big fella, but you won't hurt me, right?" Deep down in her heart, she sensed a moment brimming with endless possibilities. Grandma had indeed said so before, hadn't she? And behold, the horse decided to follow her to the elder. Paul thought, "Let's try," and laid out 2 bundles of hay. Anna stepped cautiously on hay, like cotton candy, slowly lying on the horse, still anxious. Paul chimed in, "Just grip it with your feet, and sit up slowly like you're sinking into a comfy couch." After this couch training, the trust between Iona and the horse skyrocketed, tying them together by fate. Iona had a heart condition since childhood, so she couldn't play wildly like others. One day, she snuck out on a little motorcycle, but when it rained, she zoomed around until her heart gave up and she passed out in the woods. After undergoing the emergency rescue, she found herself in a dreamlike state where she saw a horse that thoughtfully snagged the candy she had accidentally dropped. What an incredibly heartwarming and tear-jerking sight it was. After a night of rescue, Iona was finally safe, while Paul, a seasoned horse trainer, brought along a horse he bought with a loan. After months of training, the horse remained wild, and really, just as Paul was about to go broke, she needed to scrape together 80,000. Otherwise, the bank would snatch her farm back like a child taking away toys. Iona and Paul hadn't been in touch for years. Paul hoped Sabina could give him more time, but the daughter who hadn't been around for over a decade still couldn't forgive her dad. Paul left quietly. Iona had heart surgery at 8, but her condition worsened with puberty, and now she had irregular heart rhythms. The doctor suggested new surgery, which left her feeling pretty anxious. Though she appeared rebellious, her heart was extremely fragile, which created a conflict that made her reject everyone's goodwill. This included her loving parent. Iona had a good friend, Sammy, who shared the same heart condition. They were both heart buddies. Iona pondered whether to give it a try, but was really mad, just wanting to plan their funerals. But she didn't know what else to do, particularly during the period after her condition had gradually stabilized. Frequently dreaming of that hunting horse, the next morning she rode her little bike on a quest to find it. Eventually she found hoof prints on a country path, and to her amazement, the horse from her dreams was real. Watching the sparks fly between Iona and the horse, Paul took her to the racetrack, where the horse seemed to say, "Fear not," and charged out of the starting gate. On the racetrack, the riders fought bravely, as if creating history, and the horses galloped fiercely in the heat of the battle. Horse and rider joined forces on the track, galloping passionately together. This was not just a race, but a journey of humans and horses chasing dreams, and Iona's heart seemed to skip a beat. Paul's friend Shrek was curious about the girl beside him, as she resembled a younger Sabina. When Shrek inquired, Paul silently led Iona away without uttering another word. On the way home, Iona was lost in thought, not understanding what Paul meant by bringing her to watch the horse races. Finally, Paul revealed, "I've been a horse trainer for 50 years, and I want to find someone who can tame that horse." Iona felt recognized by the spirit of the sport, and Paul hoped she would accept training to compete in the race in 2 months. He even promised her 10% of the prize money, but Iona felt torn, and asked Paul for a bit more time to think it over. The next day, Paul went to the horse pen and found Iona waiting, happily negotiating a 20% prize deal. The training was a bit dull, just walking around the horse pen, but it left Iona feeling quite exhausted. She had to recharge her energy and told her parents she was practicing in the horse pen, which left them worried about her safety. After all, their daughter's safety was paramount, but stubborn Iona persisted, and her parents reluctantly agreed. Gradually, Paul got Iona used to racing, watching Shrek's race footage. Shrek was a great rider, but after a training fall, he was forever paralyzed. Iona's parents worried for her safety, and at that moment, their confidence wavered a bit. They wanted Sammy to keep an eye on her. When he found out Iona was racing, he felt a mix of worry. But Iona was determined. Life always came with risks, and she was tired of living life on blockers. Now, Paul's 2-month grace period was up, and the bank was about to seize his farm, though his daughter resented him. Sabina gave him a 3-month extension. To be eligible to compete for the grand prize, she needed to acquire the qualification certificate of an amateur rider. Paul then led Iona to a grove for specific training in straight line speed and endurance. Astride spirit of the sport, she galloped forward with the swiftness of a stormy wind. From grass to woods, then back to grass again, and finally returning via the path, she was truly like a speedy adventurer on a whirlwind tour. They seemed to grow faster, and Paul was astonished to find their speed was almost 70 km/h. In the end, as exhaustion hit, Iona fell to the grass, but her speed was already champion caliber. At this point, Iona learned racing rules. Only in the final straight could she whip, but never spirit of the sport. Alright, that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I can't wait to see you all next time.